This is a compilation of all the videos I did on TikTok for Cake Week. Please enjoy the fortnight that I made 5 cakes. Welcome to the start of Cake Week, where every day I'm putting out a cake video. We're going to start off with what I'm calling a cake-tastrophe. This is the cake I made for my father-in-law's 60th birthday. It was Holden themed because it's also 60 years of the Holden Commodore. And basically this cake was my birthday present for him. I am not a baker in any way, shape, or form, so we always buy a cake as the base cake. This was a custom order Costco cake, which had vanilla buttercream, but chocolate inside and chocolate buttercream inside too. And you will see that I actually get 3 cakes out of it, and one of them has 2 layers. By the way, it's so satisfying to cut into the cakes like that and see them come out perfectly. This is probably the worst cake I made in that fortnight. I'm not sure what happened, but between the travel and having to bring the cake so far away, it definitely got really wonky at the end. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the process of me making the cake. Here I am just finishing up the crumb coat. The crumb coat is done to seal in all the layers and seal up the cake, and between layers I was also putting it in the freezer to freeze the layers. Also, a side note that black buttercream like this will stain everything you own. The most significant hurdle in making these cakes was the fact that we had to make them to travel. They had to travel 5 hours in a car, plus be stored overnight for 2 days. We're now going to fast forward 2 days. We've driven 5 hours, we're in a beachy area, and I even had a hospital trip overnight in between this, and it is finally cake day. My baby daddy and his dad had a combined birthday party because my baby daddy turned 30 and his dad turned 60. It was a cute little barbecue outside in Harvey Bay, and quite a lot of people came out of town just like us. Here you can see that I'm covering the cake in icing, hoping it'll get better. Here's a close of all the decorations I made for the cake, including his name, but I really love this little car that I found. Look at this little car candle. I feel like I did the best I possibly could, and it wasn't really within my power to stop the cake from being wonky because it happened in the car. Quite a few people said it looked like a volcano, so I'm like, yeah, it's a volcano. That's what it was supposed to be. Yep. And at the end of the day, my father-in-law liked it, and that was what was really important. I mean, we just gave them a cute little grandchild, so they really couldn't be mad about the cake. I can guarantee that it tasted a lot better than it looked because I didn't bake it. Come back tomorrow for a new cake video. I make new videos every day. Follow for more. Welcome back to Cake Week. Here we are with cake number 2, which is a SpongeBob cake I made for my partner's birthday. It was a milestone birthday for my partner this year. He turned 30, and his parents had organized for them to have a double birthday with his dad, who's turning 60. If you saw my previous video, you would know that this cake is made of the leftovers of making his dad's cake, which means it was a little bit Frankenstein together, but it still turned out really good. Despite what it looked like on the inside, I think this was actually the best cake I made out of the whole fortnight. My favorite part was doing all of the piping on the cake because it all turned out absolutely perfectly. Like, look at this font. I cannot explain how good it turned out. And because we had to drive it 5 hours away, I actually had to finish piping it inside the case itself, which is one of those delivery boxes for ready meals. And I say this every time, but piping the edge border always finishes the cake for me. Like, I think that's what makes a finished cake. Here's the cake fully intact and perfect, even though it had a 5-hour drive. And it was such a lovely family celebration, and obviously so fun to bring our baby because that's the first time they got to go to any party. If you're wondering, my baby daddy did really like the cake, and I'm not really sure what he's making the baby do right here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I make new videos every day, so follow for more. This is part 1 of a 3-part series where I turn one cake into 3 different cakes. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I love to decorate cakes. However, I'm not a baker, so I always pick up a store-bought cake as the base. This was during a crazy 24 hours where I had 4 events to be at, 2 which I was hosting, and cakes to make for 3 of them. I was super short on time, so the goal was just to make a beautiful cake as easy as possible. This cake was for one of my friend's kids, and it's actually for them to take to school. The theme was basically video games. The whole party was a video game party, so I just did like a Mario star, a little Minecraft creeper, and their name in Lego font. Because it was for a school event, it had to be pre-cut. I don't know if you guys know that now, but schools don't really like you to bring knives in for cutting cakes, so all the cakes are pre-cut before they get there, or we do cupcakes instead. So I cut up the cake and decorated it, and I just put a few sprinkles. But like those series of unfortunate events that my life is, something happened to the cake. When we opened the fridge, a big jar had fallen on it the day we had to take it to the party. But sheer luck that we forgot to cut the baby's cake from the night before, so we just repurposed that cake for my nephew for his party. Thankfully, he absolutely loved it, and there's no problems there. Come back for part 2, the Lego cake. This is part 2 of a series where I turn one cake into 3 cakes. So my baby daddy turned 30 this year, and I actually made him 2 cakes. So this is the first one. It was a surprise Lego cake. We were having an event for our newborn baby where our friends and family had traveled to come and see us. And because we were already having a bunch of people travel to see us, I thought it would be fun to celebrate Cam on the same weekend. I had to keep this a complete surprise from him. Only a few of our friends knew what was happening. And Cam loves Lego, so I decided that Lego was going to be the theme of his little mini event within the event. So I had cookies made, but I had to hide the cake in my mom's fridge, so I didn't get to decorate it until literally moments before I had to use it. For the baby's event, we were having this massive color fight where we were spraying each other with colored water, so he was distracted during the event. My in-laws, my friend Vinesh, and my nephew all helped us set up while I was distracting Cam outside of the water event. After I conked Cam on the head with a water balloon, I ran inside to set up, and I told him to go around the side so he didn't wet the house. And we managed to fully surprise him. I thought he would think something was up, but he didn't think anything at all. The cake was just decorated with cutouts and pieces of Lego, and it looked so cute. Yay! Now the next video is going to be our name reveal cake, so you're going to have to come back for that. I make new videos every single day, so follow for more. This is the last video in the series of 3 of turning one cake into 3, and this was the baby name reveal cake that I made for my baby's naming ceremony. If you don't know, we kept our baby's name a secret for 43 days, so nobody but my partner and I knew what their name was. And we made this cake for a video reveal that we showed our friends who couldn't attend the party. The theme for the party was what will the name be, as in like the bug bee. So a lot of bee motifs were used on this cake. And the plan was to serve this cake at the party itself, but we forgot and everybody left, so we had the cake left over. But by sure luck, the other cake that I made, if you saw my very first video, the video game cake got ruined, so we actually repurposed this cake for my nephew's party. It feels so sweet to be making a cake for my little rainbow baby, because if you don't know, this is our rainbow baby. And if you want to know why there's so much blue, it has nothing to do with sex or gender or anything like that. It's because blue was the cheapest color on sale. So yellow and blue were the themes for our party because that was the cheapest colors to buy. This was the last cake of our Cake Week series, but you're going to have to come back to see all of the lead up and all of the prep for our name reveal ceremony. I make new videos every single day, so follow for more.